his side to be equal with him, under his arm to be protected, and near his heart to be beloved.
One out of every 5 women will be sexually assaulted and raped before she reaches the age of 18.
Why do you feel as a man you get to ask me those type of questions? Act like you have some manners. And your mama taught you, respect women.
Being a woman is a really violent experience. We are walking secrets. Shh. We want to see you, we don't want to hear you. Don't tell us how you feel, makes us uncomfortable. We're harboring a lot of violence all of the time. Even in the imagery that we consume, it's even if you haven't bounced off of somebody who has violated you in a specific way, we are incredibly violated constantly. Having a female body is an overtly political act if you can get out of bed in the morning and not hate yourself. It is... it's hard.
There's a different vocabulary for men and women. A man does something, it's strategic. A woman does the same thing, it's calculated. A man is allowed to react, a woman can only overreact.
I believe that every woman and girl should be granted the respect and the dignity they deserve. I believe that we should live in a world where every girl can maximize her potential and have a bright future full of enormous opportunity and success in front of her because her gender does not limit her capability. I believe that every woman and girl, should she desire, should have her voice heard.
Men hunted, women gathered plants, cared for children, and crafted tools.
Some female skeletons from that time are found buried with hunting tools. Women did not just gather and reproduce. They hunted, they built, they endured. Survival required cooperation, not hierarchy.
Humans settled and began farming. Men gradually took control of land and livestock.
Some women hunted, crafted pottery and textiles, and even traded goods. They held key roles in rituals, fertility cults, and community decisions.
With the rise of cities and states, land, resources, and political power concentrated in the hands of a few, usually men, control over property and agriculture was tied to military and political authority, which men dominated.
Hammurabi's code was carved in stone. It formalized male authority, regulating marriage, property, and inheritance, and placed women as dependents of fathers or husbands.
Men dominated politics and the military.
Yet women could own property, inherit wealth, and even rule. Hatshepsut became pharaoh, showing that exceptions could rise to power.
Hatshepsut often portrayed herself as a man in statues, reliefs, and official imagery, a deliberate strategy to assert her authority in a male-dominated world. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, in a civilization worshipping Shiva, the god who is half man, half woman, women could study and hold intellectual or ritual roles.
Yet they had limited control over property, inheritance, and public authority. Over time, patriarchy increased, restrictions on property, marriage and widowhood grew stricter, and child marriage emerged, further limiting women's autonomy.
Women were expected to follow the 3 obediences. Obey father before marriage. Obey husband after marriage. Obey son if widowed.
Women have the same nature as men and can perform the same roles, including ruling the state, if they have the same training.
The male is by nature superior and the female inferior, and the one rules and the other is ruled.
A wife who quotes philosophers will drive you mad.
Her character, once established, is not disturbed even by a woman's weakness.
Woman is an irrational and dangerous animal. never to be trusted with control.
We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much. You should aim to be successful, but not too successful, otherwise you will threaten the man. Because I am female, I'm expected to aspire to marriage. I'm expected to make my life choices, always keeping in mind that marriage is the most important. But why do we teach girls to aspire to marriage and we don't teach boys the same? We raise girls to see each other as competitors, not for jobs or for accomplishments, which I think can be a good thing, but for the attention of men. We teach girls that they cannot be sexual beings in the way that boys are.
Everybody supports women until a woman's doing better than you.
Why is it that so many people see the word feminist as a negative thing?
Because I think that feminism has long been associated with the most extreme versions of it. So people think a feminist is sort of a crazy woman who hates men and doesn't shave and right? And so all of these sort of really crazy negative stereotypes I think have been attached to feminism, and so people don't want to associate with it. Right? There are people who've said to me, why do you call yourself feminist? Why don't you just say you're a humanist or an equalist? But that is what feminism is. Right? Feminism is about justice for everyone, but you have to name a problem. And the problem is it's women who've been excluded, so we need to call it what it is.
Because physiologically, men and women are different, sir. There is no debate about it. Equality is not about oh my God, this is so basic, we have to get into it. Okay, when we talk about equality and opportunity, we talk about cerebral opportunity. We're not saying I want to be able to be 200 pounds like a man and beat the shit out of somebody else. We're not saying that. We're saying you get the ability to get the job, to be the CEO, and nobody questions when you're driven at 50 and have 3 children, how you're managing it all. Don't question me. That's what I'm saying. I can be a CEO and a mother.
It doesn't mean that you are making them superior than you. It doesn't mean that you're making them equal, and that means if I pay for dinner, then you also have to pay for dinner. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about equal opportunities when it comes to sexes. Therefore, a girl should have just as much chances as to become a lawyer, an engineer, a doctor, a teacher, and have as much resources at her disposal than a man does.
I really believe that a woman's true power and value is in her intuition, her wisdom, her womb, her ability to create. And when I think of a woman in her divine feminine, I think of a being that is so powerful that she could literally just sit there on her throne and just attract anything that she wants, just sheerly with her energy and her inner power. I think if you go back thousands of years, that's how women were. And then men decided they're too powerful. So let's, number one, make them compete with each other. Number two, let's make them forget how powerful they are. Let's not value them for what's inside. Let's value them for what's outside. And now today you have society the way it is.